Was introduced and I was in my Marine Corps uniform.
Okay, so we are here in a location nearby Chicago, outside of Chicago, with, tell us your name.
Brother John.
Brother John, and that is spelt?
Jonnie. My name is Yanni,
John.
but we pronounce it John.
Okay.
It was Jackie Wilson and Brother John.
Okay, so you are a person that was associated with Jackie Wilson on tour and a musician, correct? Can you tell us your story?
Yeah, not just associated. His bedroom was right next to mine at the house. We're family. There are a lot of people who claim to be relatives, and there are a lot of people who say this and that about it, but the ones that know. When I came out of the Marine Corps, my first show was done live here with Purvis Spann putting the show on, and I was still in my Marine Corps uniform. I had just got out. Jack said, "Take a ride with me, we're going to Chicago," and I said, okay. But I still had the Marine Corps in my heart. People could not believe when I went up on stage. He called me up on stage and he said, I have a surprise for you, guest artist. Bruh, come on out. And people looked at each other when they said, bruh. So I came out and he sang. And he sang higher. Your love keeps lifting me higher than I've ever been lifted before. Just keep it up. And people flipped out because we sang back and forth. And that was the beginning of a tour. I toured with him for a couple years. Family. The road for me was the one thing that helped bring me down from having been in the Corps, because of the people that you meet. We toured all over. Oh, the Chitlin circuit at that time was something else. And the things that happened, the people you met, the entertainers that were coming in and you were going out, or you were coming in and they were going out. It was something. And some of the places like the Soul Bowl, where there were 30 entertainers. Al Green's dressing room was right next to ours. And I walk out and we almost knocked each other out because both of us had our heads down and we bumped heads and we laughed. And he hit a note, and I hit a note above it, and he said, don't do that on stage, we'll have to fight. And we laughed. That's how we became friends. Wonderful people. I met some awesome individuals on the road. I also met some very, very damaged people. The road can damage you if it becomes your life. Because you give it all. If you really love it, you give it all. Anything that you give all to leaves little left behind. And if you have a family, friends, things to do, other dreams, the music world, it inhales you. And there were a lot of nice people involved in the business, and then there were some who were very dangerous and very, what can I say, very, very sharp about your attitude. And the bigger you got, sometimes the more you angered individuals who consider themselves your owner. And some of them literally thought that you were property. And a lot of the things you see in the movies about what was done to entertainers is true. And there are some things that were done to entertainers that they would never put in film. Not film that anybody that had never seen anything that they couldn't stomach would ever want to see. That was part of the life. Me making people change their ways. They straightened people out on the road. They were late for shows or they came loaded. You name it, the road had it. There were so many different lifestyles there. There were those who had Christian lifestyles, Christian hearts, but drugs, alcohol, hours, travel, company, all of those things were there. And they had an effect on each individual in a different way. I got to see some beautiful people just eaten up by the road. I got to see some people who wouldn't go along with it suddenly just be eaten up by the owners of the road, because there were people who owned it. It was owned. You worked for somebody. You got treated certain ways by certain people, by somebody. Me being a Marine, my attitude was a little different. I had to leave the road for a while because there was supposed to have been someone who was to have been straightened out. But the person that they were going to straighten out was a friend of mine. And the people that they sent to do it, when they went to do what they went to do, I snapped. And the Marine in me came out. And everybody was afraid for my life because of what I did to them. I have to live with that. I have to live with what I saw. The beautiful times, places, the beautiful times. Atlanta Underground when it was new. You name it. Clubs, little clubs in the backwoods you would not believe. I mean, you travel down dirt roads in the dark and you're literally scared to death because your trees are so high and there's no light. One shack sold corn liquor, the other shack sold bonded liquor. I mean, it was unreal. And then in the middle of it was a nightclub. You just bought from the nightclub setups. That's ice and sodas. But you bought your liquor next door. It was weird. You got to see things like that. And the people, the names. The names. The entertainers that you got to meet. I got to meet so many names, and I'm going to keep them in my mouth, in my head, in my heart. Some of them, their careers are still going on and they're blasting. They're just kicking butt. And I'm so proud. And there are some who have said things about people that were not true, but they're going to have to deal with God for lying. They won't have to deal with me. The person that would have gone off the deep end, that person is put aside. That person is gone. I'm blessed. And there is a God. I know that because I'm still here. I'm still here. After all the things, after all the places, after all the incidents, after all the excitement, and all the ups and downs, I'm still here.
What were some of the major songs that you sang on stage with Jackie Wilson?
Someone to care, someone to share, lonely hours and moments of despair, to be loved, to be loved. Oh, what a feeling to be loved. Your love keeps lifting me higher. You name them. What we had to do, and something that we learned to do, there were nights when we had done 5 or 6 nights in a row, and Jackie was exhausted and had deathly afraid of flying. And exhaustion and the chew and the drink would make you tired. There were times when I directed the band, I was on stage with the mic right in front of me, and he would signal me. And when he would signal me, the section that was to come up, I knew that he wanted me to sing that section. I could make my voice so close that no one knew me, and him just mouthing. We used to laugh about it. And we got caught a couple of times by some people. And they thought it was funny. And some of them thought it was awesome. They didn't know that I could sing that close to him. But when you hear a voice like his in your ear for so long, it becomes a part of you. It either envelops you, it inhales you, it grows you. To hear him sing night after night made me stronger. I had always doo-wopped. We pre-doo-wopped. I can remember when Hitsville, I walked to Hitsville. I grew up in Detroit. I walked to Hitsville. There were several places that I went to, when the Temps, 2 of the Temps, their brothers, were my buddies. We went to school together. So I mean,
Which one were those? The
Detroit.
names?
Detroit was. I grew up in Detroit. The Temps, all of them. Wow, the Four Tops. First cousin. Who's the leader of the Four Tops? First cousin. To have Holland and the Holland brothers. Holland over there. They lived 2 blocks from us. I would walk down Linwood Avenue and go by Reverend Franklin's church, and there's Reverend Franklin sitting and Aretha singing in church. I got to see my memories, as much as I loved the singing and doo-wopping and everything. I had a dream. I was going to be a Marine or die. I wanted to be a Marine. Everybody was mad because I was supposed to sing. I wanted to be a Marine, and I became a Marine, and I am a Marine. I love the Corps. But music is a part of me that holds me together when everything else fails, except my prayers and my music. I can close my eyes and replay places, moments that'll never, ever be matched. This is my time to reminisce and tell the grandkids, my kids, my grandkids, my great-grandkids, and now my first great-great about Poppy. That's who I am to them. I'm Poppy. Poppy, did you really do this and did you do that? Yes, thanks. Poppy, did those things, and Poppy's still here. Poppy's older, a lot older, with a lot of history and a lot of information about a lot of things and a lot of wishes for those who are coming up. One thing I say to the young ones that are coming up now, save, take care of your money, take care of your family, take care of your heart and your mind. Don't let people trick you. The words sound good, but they're words. Make things in writing and stick to them. Make them stick to them. Well, that's pretty much.
What was your greatest moment in your mind with Jackie Wilson? If if there was one you could pick.
The night he asked me to sing a song in his place for a special friend. And he went and sat with a friend who was ill, with the auditorium full, and me sing his song with her laying her head on his shoulder, and the people in the audience standing afterwards. I, to this day, can't think of anything that was greater than that. He trusted me enough with his music. He trusted me enough with his family. He trusted me enough with his life. He trusted me enough with his music. That, his music. And he was music. He was music. There was nothing that he couldn't do with a note, and he proved it. There is one and only. There will only be one. There will be one Pavarotti. There will be one, oh, so many, one Elvis, one Aretha, one Jackie Wilson. He came here and did his job. He made you understand what it was like to be loved. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much. God bless.
Pleasure is all mine.